My extraterrestrial friends have shown me a precise 4-step method for neutralizing the dark force fake UFO program that is responsible for fake alien abductions and according to ETs and according to experts like Dr. Stephen Greer, they're also responsible for the hybrid programs and other really awful, horrible experiments that go even beyond that, and other things that I'm not even going to tell you about that are so horrible, so horrific. People are getting ready for what is going to come out because we're seeing it. With all of the chaos surrounding the Epstein files and the stuff that I have seen and I thought I had a pretty good idea of what those files would contain, and the stuff that's coming out in the latest drop is just mind-bogglingly horrible. But understand that that is a smokescreen. So this tells you how panicked the dark forces are, because they are throwing, I'm seeing they've thrown 4 people under the bus, 4 big named people under the bus. Now, none of these people are getting sentenced or going to trial or getting investigated because, you fill in the blank. But the fact that they're willing to destroy their reputations, it shows you that they're scared, because that's the first thing you do is you throw other people, in front of you, and then you try and escape. So it shows you how weak they are right now. But that program, that list, the Epstein list, whatever, even if we were to look at the worst of it, and boy, is it horrible, there are still things that are even more diabolical and more unbelievable. And it has to do with that fake UFO program, according to ETs, according to Dr. Greer. That's what I've been told. So I'm going to give you the 4-step process, because the good news is we don't have to do anything political. We don't have to do anything. Don't have to do any protests. You don't even have to talk to your congressman, because as we are shifting into a higher frequency. This is happening now. It's happening now. The shift is happening now. Our ability to intend our reality is increasing exponentially every single day. So this is what the light beings have been telling me, and I've been working with them, and we've come up with a process. And it's a 4-step process, and I'm going to guide you through it. Stay till the end, because if there are things you don't understand, I will do my best to explain it, or I've talked about the methods of doing this in other videos. I will give you all of that information or put it in the links. By the way, please don't be lazy. Some people are asking me questions. They're just being lazy. If I say in the video that I put links to full disclosure in the description, then you need to click those links. It means it's something that I am not willing to say on my channel, because I don't want to get flagged or demonetized or anything. So don't be lazy, and don't ask me questions when you can't just simply point and click. Come on. But I will do everything I can to explain everything for you. All right, so what is the 4-step process? So it's connect with Lemurians, connect with mountains, connect with extraterrestrials, and then finally what we do is we astrally unite all of those 3 forces together with our own intentions, and we focus them on Earth. We create a white hole, which is a portal to send this energy, and I'm going to do it directly above the United States. You can create the white hole over wherever you want. I'm doing over the United States because this is where the majority of all of the infrastructure for the UFO programs, for the according to my ET sources, I don't have any proof of it, but my ET sources say that the hybrid human alien hybrid program physically is in on the continent of North America. So, and then of course we've got Washington, D.C. and all of that. So I'm going to focus the white hole over the United States, astrally, to send this higher frequency energy to penetrate the infrastructure, as well as shift the frequency of human thinking up. Because even if, people aren't ready for what's about to come out. Just the stuff in the Epstein files, if we were to see the actual, all of the stuff in its, naked form, pun unintended. If we were to see that, it would just be more than most people can handle. But that's nothing compared to that, combined with these other programs that Dr. Greer, again, link in the description. Dr. Greer has revealed about all kinds of stuff, including the human alien hybrid program and the experiments involved with that. It's horrific. But the concept of it, because what's going to happen is when this comes out, and it's going to, I appreciate Dr. Greer's work, because what he's trying to do is bring full disclosure of that corrupt system and the, all the horrible things that are happening. The ET thing is secondary, but it's part of the process. It's the end process. When we get to the point where everybody on planet Earth knows that ETs exist and knows what extraterrestrials really are and knows the history of Earth, there's no way to know all of that information and not have shifted up. It's impossible. So this is one of the reasons why we have been lied to about so many things, including extraterrestrials, because if you were to wake up to that, religion would be destroyed. Your ability to be controlled by the thought programming of the third dimensional matrix, the narrative, that would all be destroyed. And without that, the dark forces can't control you. So this is an end game, what we're doing here. All right. So let me walk you through it. All right, so the first thing we do is we connect with the Lemurians. If you're not familiar with that, watch my videos on the Lemurians. The Lemurians are non-physical, higher dimensional Earth beings. Just like humans, we have cousins who live on this planet, and they are an Earth species. They are, in fact, they're if we had to compare it, they'd be more Earth connected than we are. So they are the protectors of the planet, of Princess Gaia, and they are not a physical. They're not a physical race unless they want to interact with us. They can shapeshift into a form that we can understand. They actually live in the actual essence of the earth, in the rocks, in the water, and so that's why they have cities under mountains. If you go digging in there with your pickaxe, you're not going to find the city of Telos. But astrally, if you shift to a higher frequency, you can go to their city because they're on a higher frequency. They're in the earth. They are in the ocean as well. So, but again, it's from our perspective, we wouldn't be able to see them. They're actually a spiritual essence within the structure of the earth. So connect with them, and you connect with them the same way you connect with ETs. You just do a CE5 without having to go out of the planet. I'll walk you through that. So that's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is we connect with mountains. Now, why do we connect with mountains? This is something, again, I've been shown this process over the past few days. The ETs have been downloading this to me. So mountains have consciousness, and for all I know, that it could be, each mountain could be a specific Lemurian, god. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But mountains have power. Some mountains have more power than others, but they are conscious beings that you can communicate with. I have been in communication right now, as it so happens. It just happenstance, I ended up coming here to the desert of Southern California, and I'm living smack dab in between the two tallest mountains in Southern California. They're almost 12,000 feet each, and made of pure granite, and I'm familiar with them. I've hiked in them and camped in them and backpacked in them, and I'm familiar with these mountains. But I now realize that there are beings there. There are conscious beings. We would call them gods, nature gods. And they're very powerful, and they have both given me their power. They've said that they want for us to use their power to achieve this goal that I'm sharing with you. So what I do in meditation is I imagine both of their power coming deep from the earth, and because they're mountains, shooting energy up into the atmosphere. It sounds familiar. If you know anything about my past in Atlantis, you know this is an old theme with me. But this was something that we came up with together. So I encourage you to connect with mountains, and it doesn't matter which mountains. If you want to connect with the two I'm working with, go right ahead. Mount San Gorgonio and Mount San Jacinto. But any mountain will do. And if you know of one, you can walk to them, or you can, walk in them, hike on them. If not, if you can see them, mentally send out a request to connect with them and tell them why you're doing it. If you don't have any mountains around you, not a problem. You can just, in your mind, just get a picture of a mountain you like. I don't care. The Himalayas, Mount Shasta, I don't care. And get a picture of them and connect to the energy of that mountain and ask for their help to free the world. And you can give them, Mahadeva sent me. They'll know who I am, and they'll know who you are. So that's step 2. We connect with the mountains and connect with their power. So mountains are basically like pyramids. They're made out of granite. And, I know this because I've backpacked and camped in many different mountain ranges. The ones that are made of granite, those are the most powerful, because those granite is quartz, and so it really channels and attracts electromagnetic energy. So that's, pick any mountain you want, but I prefer those myself. All right, so connect with Lemurians, mountains, connect with ETs. We're doing that on the channel. You already know how to do that. If not, wait till the end. I'll tell you what to do. And then what we do is we astrally unite these forces to create a white hole above the United States. You can do it over whatever continent you want. The United States is crumbling now, and that's the way things work in the world. What happens in the U.S. then happens everywhere else. If the U.S. the dark force starts to crumble in the U.S., then the dark forces will start to crumble across the rest of the world. They're like dominoes. So you can do it wherever you want, but I want to target the underground facilities that Dr. Greer has talked about, and the light beings have talked about. And again, this is just purely meditation, astral energy. That's the only thing we're sending there. We're just sending mental astral energy to these places to neutralize the destructive programs that are going on there. So what we do is, when we connect with these first 3, which can be done instantly, it doesn't have to take a long time. Then what we do is, here's how I do it. First thing I do is I ask the Lemurians for their help connecting to the mountains. Then I go and connect directly to the mountains, and I ask the mountains to, charge up your energy, your pyramid energy that you're going to send out into the atmosphere. And I connect with ETs, and I ask for them to help from the outside. So The Lemurians are helping from under the earth, the mountains are helping from on top of the earth, and the extraterrestrials are sending their energy from above the earth. And what we're doing is we're focusing all this energy into the sky. Now, I imagine that I'm floating out above earth and I'm sending out my third eye, creating this white hole. I'm chanting the Huar mantra mentally, and I'm creating this white hole. A white hole is opposite of a black hole. A black hole sucks in all of the energy and the gravity. A white hole releases energy. So this is higher dimensional frequency that is coming out on the earth, and then I send it. And all of us working together, sending this energy back down to earth, to go in and to energetically, spiritually neutralize all of the infrastructure of the underground facilities that are doing these horrible things, and also into government, sending spiritual energy into the government to disrupt all of the lies and all of the, because that's, from my perspective, this is just my feeling, my perspective, it just looks like a farce. That all of the elected officials are bought and paid for, and or they're puppets that don't have any power. And so I want that structure to come apart and the actual truth be revealed in what's going on, and a cleanup of that whole thing. All right, so does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to walk you through it. So here's how I would do it. What I would do is I would center myself, and I would, you can start by doing the Hul breath just to get yourself connected. If you do any kind of Qigong or a meditation, just do that to get yourself connected like we always do. And then what I would do is I would reach out astrally to the Lemurians. So I would allow my consciousness to go into the earth herself, and I would mentally reach out and ask the Lemurians if they would come and help me with this, help us with this. Specifically, could they help us activate the power of the mountains? So then I would go directly to the mountains. I have a relationship with at least a couple of them, and I would go to them and I would say, Mahadeva, can you please charge up your energy and work with me, with Lemurians, with the ETs, and with the rest of people to send your energy up into the atmosphere to help create this portal. And then I would go to the ETs, and I would allow myself to come out of Earth's orbit, and I would reach out mentally to the ETs, and I would say, can you guys give us support from higher dimensional energy down towards the earth? And then I would ask all of them to focus on creating this white hole. Then what I do, all of this energy is now going, everybody's sending their energy. I put myself in the middle of that. And I imagine that my third eye is sending out a beam of energy right onto the Earth's sky, the atmosphere of the Earth, the outer atmosphere of the Earth. And then I chant the Huar mantra mentally. I might allow my body to do it silently, however I feel the most energy, and I imagine creating that portal, that white hole of higher dimensional energy. I imagine all of the energy of the Lemurians, all of the energy of the mountains, all of the energy of the ETs and the gods coming down, and all of that energy focused on creating this white hole around Earth. And then as I'm doing that, I imagine that is sending higher dimensional frequencies, vibrations, just very high electromagnetic energy down into the consciousness of human beings, and physically going into the buildings where these programs are, where these people are, and spiritually neutralizing the technology that's doing the evil things, and neutralizing the ability of the dark force people to cause harm, while simultaneously allowing the average human the ability to see what is really happening. To see not only that, but to see that ETs do exist, and that ETs are higher dimensional souls, and that Earth is just a school for the soul. It's not the entire universe, and that now we can reconnect. And by doing this, we're helping the Earth to shift up. So one thing I also do is I imagine that I imagine that as I'm doing that, like this powerful light energy starts appearing around the Earth, and I imagine that I pull it away from the dark Earth, so that there's two Earths. There's an Earth of light and an Earth of darkness. And so that's the meditation that I've come up with the ETs, and they're very insistent that this is something that I'm meant to do, and if you're with me, that you're meant to do as well. So now, if you're new to this video or new to this channel and you don't know any of this stuff, so first thing you ought to do is go and Google CE5 protocols. I have a video on my channel, how to contact extraterrestrials. It's got almost no views, but I take you through a very simple process. I think I even take you through a quick meditation. So if you want to know how to do a simple CE5 process where you can mentally connect with ETs and invite them to come and physically communicate with you and interact with you, go and just watch that video. You can also just Google it. I also do twice a week these live guided interdimensional meditations every Wednesday and Saturday evening. And if you can't make the live video, you can go to the live section on my YouTube channel. Look at the live streams on my YouTube channel. There are hundreds of these meditations that we've done over the years. Pick any one of them and just put on your headphones and just listen along. Trust me, if you do it with an open mind, you're going to have an experience. And also, again, if you want to know full disclosure, people want to say, when are we going to get full UFO disclosure? We already have it. If you go to Dr. Stephen Greer's website, put a link in the description, you can go and read all of the documents yourself, hundreds and thousands of them. And there's a video I'm going to put on there again. I don't know why people don't watch it, but it's actual whistleblowers talking about these programs. So full disclosure is already out there. You don't need to wait for the government. And let's see what else we got going on here. So that's it. So yeah, I told you that I would show you how to get full disclosure, how to contact extraterrestrials. That's how you do it, my friends. So for the sake of everybody else, if you're still here, I am going to walk you through, I will talk you through a meditation, how to create this portal over Earth that will destroy the infrastructure of the dark forces and awaken people to higher frequencies. So are you ready? You know, this can be done much longer, but I'm going to do it fairly short. All right, so close your eyes, get yourself in a comfortable meditative position. Inhale very deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue breathing long and deep. Allow on the inhale light to come into your whole body, fill all of the cells and organs of your body. On the exhale, condense this light spiritual energy into your tissues and release all negativity. Allow yourself to focus on your heart center where your soul resides. Again, you don't have to feel anything. You don't have to see anything. Your intention is enough. If you have an experience, so much the better, but don't try and make anything happen. Continue breathing long and deep. And now, imagine that your energy is coming up out of the top of your head, and you're going to fly up above your body. Say hello, wave to your body, fly up through your roof, and now just hang out in the sky for a minute. We're not leaving Earth's atmosphere yet. You're going to look down on the earth beneath you, the oceans, see the beautiful earth that is beneath us. And now, what I want you to do is to send out a mental invitation to the Lemurians who live under the mountains, under the oceans, under the earth, and simply ask them to connect with you and empower you to be able to communicate with the earth. Go ahead and do this now. And invite them to be a part of this meditation. And now send out the request to ask them to connect you to the gods of the mountains on planet Earth. And now we are going to send out the request to the mountains if they would begin to release their energy from the earth, the electromagnetic earth energy, to release it up into the atmosphere. And now imagine that that energy is going up into the very outer layer of Earth's atmosphere, and it's creating a portal, a white hole. So we're not done yet. We've laid the foundation, and now we allow ourselves to go up and out through the portal, if you want, out through Earth's atmosphere, Earth's gravitational field. We're now in interplanetary space. And now simply send out the invitation for higher dimensional extraterrestrial beings, as well as gods, as well as spirit guides. Ask them all to come and to lend you their power to do this meditation. And now we are going to just accept that we have all of the power of our friends with us. Allow yourself to see them and feel them. Take a moment and see if there's any being that wishes to communicate with you. Go ahead and let them appear in front of you. And then bring your attention back to the sound of my voice. Now what we're going to do is we are going to focus all of our concentration on the white hole that we have created. We can see the energy from the mountains being focused on it. We can feel the power of the Lemurians working with the mountains to send this energy up to the atmosphere. We can feel the power of the extraterrestrials. We can feel their energy, their technology. We can feel the power of the gods. And now I would like for you, we're going to chant the Huar breath one time. I'd like for you to imagine that all of the energy from these combined forces is going to go into creating this portal, which, if able, we would like for it to be able to be seen in the sky. That's how much I want you to put effort into creating this. So inhale and chant the Huar breath with me, sending all of this energy into the white hole. Continue breathing long and deep, allowing all of the energies of the light beings to be projected out through your third eye. You are the third dimensional human link in this. We need your frequency to be able to focus all of this spiritual energy and create the portal. And now see and feel this portal expand and get stronger. Imagine that people look up in the sky, whether it's night or day, and they can see this white hole appearing above the earth. And they begin to feel a tremendously powerful, blissful energy that comes down through their body. And the earth is filled with this power. This power goes through all of the earth, all of the mountains, all of the streams, all of the deserts, all of the trees and the plants. And this energy from this white hole penetrates down into all of the underground layers that the dark forces have created for their dark projects. And imagine all of that dark evil technology being destroyed. Imagine all of the extraterrestrials who are held captive. They now have the ability to escape astrally and physically. They're being transported out of those underground chambers. And they are taking with them all of the human alien hybrids that are being so horribly mistreated. And all of the other, there are many other things going on that I won't mention, but you are allowing yourself to send energy to destroy those evil, destructive, hurtful programs. And now let that energy continue to go through all of the earth. And now we focus the power of this energy, which is coming from the mountains, the Lemurians, from the extraterrestrials, and from our own astral intentions. We're sending it to the U.S. Capitol. We're sending it to Washington, D.C., to go into all of the chambers and all of the halls. All of this energy is moving through all of the people, all of the congressmen and senators, and all of the people who are unelected, who are also part of the dark force elite that have corrupted all of the governments. Go in there and send spiritual energy into their minds, and imagine that their infrastructures for all of their plans are being neutralized, spiritually neutralized, so that they can accomplish nothing evil, nothing harmful. And now bring ourselves back out above earth, and we're sending all of this energy through the white hole. We're going to chant Huar one more time. Send all the energy to the places we've already mentioned. Inhale. Continue breathing long and deep. Now just imagine that Earth begins to shift, and you can see the Earth of light and bliss, what we call the 5D Earth, is completely lifting itself and separating itself from the dark, destructive Earth. All of the dark force humans are that choose to are on that darkened Earth, cannot access any part of the light Earth. And go ahead and rub the palms of your hands together. Place your palms over your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And rub your face. Bring yourself back into your body. Spend a moment and just simply mentally ask if there's any higher dimensional beings that have come to visit you in your room, come to empower you. Just simply ask, is there anybody there? And I feel a lot of very happy light beings. And there you go. There's the meditation. So that is a short version of it. We'll do other versions, I'm sure, and you can take it as deeply as you want. This is just an outline. All right, so again, if you're unfamiliar with these things, I'll put links in the description. Click on them. That's it, my friends. I love you all. Please be very good to yourselves, and I will see you all very soon.